Hey guys, Shane here, Pocket Knife Review. I wanted this video today on giving you my opinion on the best work knife ever made. I apologize, it's a little dark. This knife's almost kind of blacked out. It's a little hard to see. This is the Benchmade Super Freak. This topic is very arguable, because when you say work knife, everybody does different work. Everybody does something different. Everybody has a different need. But regardless of what the job was, if I was still in the military, or if I was in law enforcement, if I was a firefighter, if I was a construction worker, if I had to pick one knife that I was going to take to the job every day to do hard work and that's going to cut well and hold an edge for a very long time, there's no doubt in my mind it'd be the Benchmade Super Freak. Is it my favorite knife? No. It's up there, but it's not my favorite knife to carry every day. There are some knives that I just have a little more passion about than this one, but when it comes to confidence in a cutting tool, I don't know that I own anything that surpasses this. I originally bought the standard Benchmade Freak and S30V. It was a great knife, guys, but I've said this before. I don't feel like Benchmade does cheap very well. When they start downgrading materials to try to make a knife a little more cost effective, I don't think it's a good idea for them to even do it. I know they sell a lot of those, but the quality difference is noticeable. I wouldn't trade this Super Freak for two of that standard Freak. That's just my opinion. This one comes with a lot better quality G10 scales. It comes with an M4 blade. Guys, if you don't know anything about M4 by now, it's an incredible steel. The only thing it doesn't do well is resist corrosion. Benchmade was smart enough to coat this blade so it wasn't an issue. I do keep it oiled. About once a week I wipe a little oil on the blade and on the edge to make sure I don't have any rusting issues, because I want this knife to last, because I love it. That M4, it's not only that it holds a great edge. A lot of the guys in the knife community now are really getting and doing these mirrored edges and these extreme angles on their knives, and I've even done that, guys. I laid a N690 blade back to 11 degrees. Horrible idea. I just wanted to do it. Holding up all right, but all I use it for is slicing. But the great thing about this M4 tool steel is that it is so tough that it can handle that kind of extreme angle. It can handle still being used even with that extreme angle. I'm a huge fan of M4. I've checked out a lot of the super steels, or tool steels, if you will. I don't know that I found anything that is marginally better than M4. I was really impressed with Rex 45. However, the knife that I tested it on was not as I don't know how to put it. It was not a super robust hard use knife, so I didn't really get the full spectrum of how good that steel was going to hold up, and it wasn't mine, so I wasn't willing to put it through anything that was going to damage it anyway. But guys, if you're in the knife community and you're into collecting knives, you probably have already owned this knife. You may still own this knife, but if by some chance somebody stumbled across this video and they want to buy one knife to last them the rest of their life, to do every job that they ask it to do, as long as you're decent at sharpening, or you have the means to have a knife sharpened, I believe this is the knife to buy. You spend a couple $100 on it, and I just don't know that there's anything out there that's going to outwork this thing. I've heard some people complain about the Omega Springs breaking in Benchmades. I actually had an Omega Spring issue with a Benchmade, but once again, it was a entry-level, cheaper Benchmade. I'm sure the Omega Spring was the same, but I really feel like a lot of the times, for some reason, the handle materials on Benchmade seems to affect how well the axis lock works. I don't know how or why that happens. I'm not going to dig into that, but I also don't fidget with an axis lock because I can't. My fingers just don't work that well enough to be able to fidget with this knife. This isn't a fidget toy. This is a cutter. It's a worker. It does an excellent job at those things. And if that's what you're looking for in a knife, I don't believe you can go wrong with the Benchmade Super Freak. It's lost a little popularity because it's a few years old, and it's not the next, best, greatest hyped thing that everybody's just got to have. But the Adamas came out, and people almost seem like they forgot about this knife. Guys, they're not the same knives. The Adamas is even more of a hard use knife. That's not near the cutter that this thing is. Um, they both have a super steel blade. They both hold an edge for a very long time. But if you have to do very much cutting, slicing, this is going to do a much better job for you. I'm not saying this is the sauciest knife ever made. This is just the jack of all trades, man. This thing, it just does everything well. Um, I love this knife. I love carrying this knife. When I got it, it already had an aftermarket deep carry clip on it. I'm not picky about deep carry clips. It's not that I'm not a fan of them or I dislike them, but with my neuropathy, I have a hard time getting some knives out of my pocket with a deep carry clip. I prefer something to get a little purchase on to get it out. But this clip works so well that it's not an issue. It goes in and out of pocket just fine. I can't speak on the factory Benchmade clip because I never got to handle this knife with that. But like I said, guys, if you're looking for a one and done, man, I want to buy one, really dependable, really hard-working knife that's going to do everything I ask it to do. I believe the Super Freak's the one. There are a few other knives we could put in this category that I wouldn't say are any better or any lesser a knife than this, but this is a great example of a good hard use knife. This thing just excels at everything I've asked it to do. So that's all I got for you guys today. You guys know I always appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. Peace. Love you guys.